Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up in medieval Britain? No smartphones, no supermarkets, just the crow of a rooster and a long day's work ahead. Let's peel back the layers of time and explore the fascinating, often harsh, reality of everyday life for the people who walked this land 1,000 years ago. Forget the fairy tales of glittering castles and noble knights for a moment. For over 90% of the population, life was a cycle dictated by the seasons and tied to the land. We're talking about the peasants, the backbone of the medieval world. Imagine a typical peasant's home. It wasn't a cozy cottage. It was a simple, 1 or 2 room hut called a crock house. The walls were made of wattle and daub, a mix of woven twigs, mud, straw, and animal dung, and the roof was thatched with straw or reeds. It was dark, smoky from the central hearth fire, and you'd likely be sharing your living space with your chickens and maybe even a cow during the cold winter months. Comfort wasn't a priority. Survival was. Your day would start at sunrise. There was no hitting the snooze button. For men, women, and even children, the day was filled with agricultural labor. Plowing the fields with heavy ox-drawn plows, sowing seeds by hand, scything hay, and the back-breaking work of harvesting grain. Life was physically demanding, and every member of the family had a role. Women were responsible for running the household, which was a full-time job in itself. Tending the vegetable garden, milking the cow, making butter and cheese, spinning wool into thread weaving, cloth baking bread and brewing ale, which was often safer to drink than water, too, was simple and seasonal. The staple of the peasant diet was a dark, heavy bread made from rye or barley and a thick vegetable stew called pottage. It was cooked over the open fire in a single pot, often simmering for days with new ingredients added as they became available. Meat was a rare luxury, usually reserved for feast days or special occasions. Most protein came from eggs, cheese, and whatever fish they could catch in the local river. Now, let's climb the social ladder. Life for the nobility was a world away. Living in stone castles or large manor houses, they were protected from the elements and from enemies. Their homes had multiple rooms, tapestries on the walls for insulation and decoration, and large fireplaces to keep the chill at bay. A nobleman's day wasn't spent in the fields. It was filled with managing his estate, holding court to settle disputes, and practicing the arts of war. Hunting was both a popular pastime and a way to put impressive cuts of meat, like venison and boar, on the table. Feasts in the Great Hall were elaborate affairs, a display of wealth and power, with multiple courses, wine, and entertainment from minstrels and jesters. Noblewomen also had significant responsibilities. The lady of the manor was in charge of a huge household, managing supplies, overseeing the servants, and ensuring the castle ran smoothly, especially when her husband was away at war or court. She was also skilled in embroidery and was expected to manage the social obligations of her family. Despite these stark differences, one thing united almost everyone in medieval Britain: faith. The church was the center of life, both spiritually and socially. The local parish church was not just a place for Sunday Mass. It was the heart of the community. It's where people were baptized, married, and buried. The church bells marked the hours of the day and called people from the fields for prayer. Religious festivals and saints' days provided a much-needed break from the relentless cycle of work. These were times for celebration, feasting, and community gatherings. Events like Plough Monday, May Day, and the Harvest Festival brought everyone together, reinforcing the bonds that were so essential for survival. People relied on their neighbors for help during sickness, at childbirth, and with the harvest. This strong sense of community was the social safety net of the medieval world. However, life was also precarious. Disease was a constant threat, and with limited medical knowledge, a simple infection could be fatal. Famine was a real danger if the harvest failed, and the ever-present shadow of warfare could disrupt life at any moment. The average life expectancy was brutally short, perhaps only around 35 years old. Many children didn't survive infancy, yet it's a mistake to view medieval life as only darkness and misery. People found joy in simple things: the warmth of the fire, a good harvest, a wedding celebration, or the songs and stories shared on a winter's evening. They were resilient, resourceful, and deeply connected to their communities and their faith. They built the cathedrals that still inspire awe today and laid the foundations of the towns and villages we know. So, while we might be grateful for our modern comforts, there's something to admire in the strength and spirit of the medieval people. Their world was shaped by hardship, but it was also filled with a profound sense of purpose, community, and connection to the world around them, a world both challenging and deeply human. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this glimpse into the past, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more historical explorations. Let me know in the comments what period of history you'd like to see next. See you soon!